Hello, hello, hello. It's Gina Brogan. Oh my God, I'm so staring at the sun right now. It's supposed to not be this bright, but look at the day. Oh, why don't I do this? Well, if I do this, then you are staring at the sun, aren't you? Look at how beautiful it is. Can you believe this day? Oh, you know what? I can. I can because I can. I choose to. It's so amazing. And I'm gonna put my sunglasses on and look at the crazy hair. Do you love my crazy hair? I just got out of the bath and took a bath and washed my hair. And you know, I only do that every couple of times a week. I don't wash my hair all that often. And I'm trying to deal with the lights. Like, do you think it's funny that a single girl would tell you how to be more dateable? Who thinks that's funny? Give me some laughs. And let's see here. I think it's funny, so I'm gonna laugh. It's like, okay, but here's the thing. It's coming up for a few reasons, of course, because one thing is in February in my group, it's so bright. I don't know if I can look. In my group in February, thank you for laughing. I think it's funny, and I think it's also really awesome. Because I think I'm funny and awesome. So therefore it gets to be. And the reason I'm saying how to be more dateable is because I think that I'm super dateable. That's one reason. And B, because it's not really about being dateable. It's about being magnetic. It's about attracting. And I'm having my protein shake from the detox thing that I did a year ago almost. And I'm still doing it because it makes me feel amazing. And I feel amazing. I look amazing. I'm having a great life since I started detoxing my diet. But anyway, back to being dateable. I am having these conversations with people for some reason. Part of the reason is because I'm teaching about relationships in general in my group in February. And so, of course, relationship stuff comes up and people want to know, like, people talk to me about their relationships and how they want a better relationship, or they're not happy in their relationship, or they want a relationship. And really, in my opinion, my not so humble opinion is to stop looking for a relationship. Just your relationship is not your problem. Your lack of a relationship, the one you're in, the one you're looking for, that's not the problem. The problem really has to do with your relationship with yourself. And now I just have to pull the hair back because it's a little too out there for me right now. It has to do with your relationship with yourself and what you say to yourself over and over again, and how, you know, if you have complaints about your partner or your kids or whoever, it's really a reflection on how you talk about yourself and to yourself and all of that. And when you can have a really fun best friend relationship with yourself and date yourself and enjoy your own company, then you don't need to go learn how to be in a relationship. You just get to attract from that point. And when you love yourself, you actually feel worthy of attracting a really amazing relationship. And the other thing is, when you are in some kind of relationship, like I'm talking to two people right now who have these sort of people they date, but they're like really desperately sad because the situation isn't really working out the way they want, and they're like really upset and they're full of anxiety and they're always freaking out. Like, if I don't hear from him in 2 hours, I'm freaking out. And that's telling me that basically they're looking outside of themselves for their happiness. So if you are like seeing that whoever it is you're running around with or you're dating or you're married to, if that person or that relationship is your source of happiness, then of course you're not going to be having a good time if they're not performing for you, right? So the first thing I try and get these women to do is, first of all, just be amazing. Love your life. Start loving your life. If you don't love your life, it's not anybody else's fault. And if you don't have a life, if your life is that person, then it's time to get a life. It's time to find something that makes you passionately, wildly happy. And that needs to be what you spend your time thinking about, rather than thinking about and obsessing about that person who you have very little control over. So this concept that, you know, like one person was saying, oh, I really like him, he's so great, that gets that, like, I want it to work out so badly. Well, if you're invested to the point where you're feeling like there's this sense of lack, and if it doesn't work out with this guy, then that's the last opportunity for me to ever be, you know, happy in a relationship. And then I've got to go through this whole, like, song and dance and depression and grief and sorrow because it didn't work out, and that was the last one that I could ever imagine having a relationship with, and blah, 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 blah. You're going to be depressed, and you're going to feel that lack. I remember, I think it was like a year or so ago, I was talking to a girlfriend, and I was like, going out with this guy. Hold on. I had to get my iPad out of the sun because you know how sometimes they get super overheated. So I was having like a second or third date with this guy who, you know, seemed really great. I knew him from the neighborhood. I knew him from the kids' school. I had known him for a while. He was super successful. He was a doctor, and it's like, he was such a great catch, right? So I was talking to this girlfriend. I'm like, oh yeah, I went out with so-and-so, and you know, to be honest, he was talking about this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I said, I didn't really get a vibe that he was super happy with his life, and maybe he still needs to go through some of his, you know, he had been divorced for a couple years, I think, but was still like ruminating over that. And she's like, you better hang on to that one. He's a catch. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Hang on to some guy who doesn't even make me feel good when I'm with him? He's just like whining about his wife and how horrible she is? Really? You want me to hang on to that? That was such a lack mentality, right? So if you have a lack mentality around every guy you date, and you think, oh, this has to be the one, then yeah, you're gonna be really putting off some lack mentality vibes, right? Rather than just having the vibe of, so here's how it's a game. If you can make love and money and health and happiness just a game, then it gets to be fun. And then you get to be more fun. And then if you're fun, you're dateable. That's all you have to do to be dateable, is be fun. Like, be someone you want to hang out with. Do you want to hang out with you when you're whining about stuff on all the time, and whining about how there are no good men and you're too old? Oh my God, if I have one more woman tell me she's too old to attract somebody, then I'm going to have one more woman tell me that. There's nothing else. I mean, I hear that day in and day out, and I'm like, God damn, no, you're not. So let's go back to this whole idea of, where was I? Because it was really good. Be fun, be amazing, be somebody you want to date, and have the mentality of, if it's not this guy, it's someone better. Got it? It's someone better. Oh my God, Marla, are you watching? I gotta pull my hair down for you. If you're watching, do you remember when we were little and playing soccer? What was my hair just like this? Was it just so, remember, it was so big? And this is what happens when I don't do it, and it's kind of fun, but it's crazy. And by the way, this is Monate. Thank you, Donna. I know you're probably not on right now, but Donna got me into Monate, and I'm loving it because it has completely changed my hair life. And do you remember? I'm so glad. But it's changing my split ends. My hair is growing better. I mean, I'm loving it. Well, when I style it, it's going to look amazing. But I only have to wash it like twice a week. It's so easy. And yesterday, my hair looked on point, and That was like after 4 days of not washing it, and I literally got out of bed and ran a comb through it. I'm not joking. And I can tell you this, there has not been a day that has gone by in the last probably 4 years where I have not had to flat iron it or curl it or blow dry it or put on one of my fabulous hats. So anyway, that's a side note. And that's just an example of like, just be fun, people. So Wendy, what did you just say? You've never said that. You've never said what? That you're too old? No, you have not said you're too old, because you're not too old. No one's too old. And that's just the silliest thing ever, because like Louise Hay got a boyfriend at 88. Now she's just the queen of amazing fabulousness. So I want you to be too, everybody. I want you to just know that you are freaking fabulous. I want you to love being around yourself so much that everybody else wants to be around you. And if it has to feel like you're being arrogant a little bit, then just be a little bit arrogant. Act like, I have had to like embrace my arrogant side and be like, yeah, I'm kind of a badass. Sorry, not sorry. Because if I'm not going to act that way and think that way and feel that way about myself, then nobody else is. If I'm not going to treat myself like the badass goddess that I am, I can certainly tell you that no other man is. That's for sure. And yeah, it is funny hearing this from a single girl, but I'm telling you, I am a happy single girl. And the other thing is, what was I saying? So let's do a top 5 list of top 5 things you can do to be more dateable. First of all, like date yourself. Date yourself. If you saw my post from last night, I took myself to the most beautiful restaurant that I know of in Calistoga. I'm in love with this place. I've been there, this is my 3rd time, and every time I'm just like, oh, I love this place. So I took myself there, asked the bartender, I'm like, what's your favorite glass of wine? And he pointed to the favorite glass of wine and another one. And I'm like, taste, yep, I want that one. And it was the most expensive glass of wine. And I'm like, because I'm not going to waste my time with wine that isn't delicious, right? And isn't my favorite. I want to have the best glass of wine. And I did work there, and I chatted with the bartender who's like doing his own personal growth stuff. So that was really fun to kind of ask how he changed his life. Don't date to get married. Date to meet people and have fun and enjoy your single time. Absolutely, because I'm telling you, once you lock that shit down, it's locked down and it's hard to get out of. So like really enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy the process. Right, Marla? So what was number 1? Date yourself. Be somebody you want to date. Look in the mirror. Okay, so here's an example from my own personal life. I have this man friend who's really adorable and amazing. And I was leaving him a message the other day, and I'm like, I do voice text. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, would I want to get that message? And I totally like deleted that, and I left a completely different message. That was like one that I would want to get, like super fun and high vibe. So manage your energy. Like if you're coming from a low vibe, needy, desperate place when you're calling somebody and leaving a message, like don't do that. Just stop yourself, get some self-control and say like, who am I right now? And do I want to receive the energy that this person's putting out? Pay attention to your energy. And like I said, be somebody you want to be sitting across the table from. And let's see, what's number 2 thing? Adopt the attitude that there are so many people to date. Like you could meet your husband tomorrow, you could have met him 4 years ago and you just don't even know it. It does not matter. Just every single person, just put yourself out there thinking the attitude that if it's not this one, and say you're sort of in the middle of something with someone, the attitude is if it's not him, it's someone better. Like this guy can be evidence that you have attracted at this level. Well, if this is the level you want, then and you want to attach to this guy or someone even better. Just live with that attitude, and then you're not going to have that scarcity, oh my God, if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna die attitude. And number 3, get a freaking life. Get a life. be fun. Find something else to obsess over, okay? Whether you build a business, whether you are into knitting, whether you want to go fishing every day, I don't really care what it is. Get something to obsess over that's not dating, because that will make you so much more interesting, right? Which is what is true, Wendy? I don't know how far delayed you are. But I just listed 3 things. A man does not, right? Yeah. Like, let's just flip the script on that one, whether you're talking to men or women. If you're a man, get a life. If you're a woman, get a life, and have your relationship be part of your bigger life. Because, like, girls, if you're not going to want to date somebody who you are the center of their universe, right? And I know it seems to happen more the other way around, like when women are with somebody, that man becomes like the center of the universe and all that. Like, that's not attractive. So get a life and be obsessed with your life before you even think about dating. Like, be somebody that has stuff going on. And so here's why. I'm going to tell you a couple reasons why. First of all, you don't want to be the center. You don't want someone to be your life, right? The other thing is, like, say you're busy and you're having a really freaking amazing life, and you've got friends and you've got passion and you've got things that make you happy. You're vibrating at that energy, that level, and also you're super interesting, and also you're busy, so you're not always available, right? You have to, that person has to, you've raised the barrier of entry onto your calendar, so you're not always there at the drop of a hat, and he's going to have to work his way into your life. He's going to have to be worthy of getting on your calendar, and that is going to make somebody, raise the bar. So raise the bar, raise the rent in your calendar. Don't make it easy to get in. And it's not about pretend. It's not about manipulation. It's about that you're freaking fabulous. You're so fabulous that you have people who already are on your calendar because you've attracted really amazing friends into your life. And these can be girlfriends, man friends, family friends, business friends. It does not matter. Be busy, be happy, be fantastic. And there was another one. Don't obsess with how you look. I mean, really, obsess with the inner work. Do the inner stuff. You've got to clean up your energy on the inside, because that's all that matters. I mean, sure, if you're fabulously beautiful on the outside, you're going to attract people, but are they really the ones that you want to attract? Are they really the quality individuals? I'm thinking maybe not, okay? I'm thinking that if you want to attract quality, you have to be quality. And that means you are somebody who has integrity. You are somebody who loves yourself. You are somebody who knows how to be a good friend. You're somebody who is worthy and reliable of friendship. You're somebody who is has values that are in alignment with the values of the person you want to attract, right? Give me... Or he won't stay, right? If you just have the right looks, you might attract somebody who stays, but you may not want him to stay too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he'll be staying for the wrong reasons. That's not I'm just thinking that's not who we all want to attract. We want to attract quality. If you want to attract quality, you got to be quality. And I think I've given you 4 things. Does anybody want to add a 5th? Because I want you to be so dateable that you have your pick, okay? And you're the one who gets to decide which person you end up spending more time with, all right? And just like really, if you come at it with an abundance mentality, just like I teach you with your money. Like, there's money all around. There is love all around. There are amazing people all around. Attract them by being one. And if you want to work on this and talk about it more and learn more about this, how to clean up your energy on the inside, join my Magnetic Living Mastermind group. We're starting relationships in February. That's in 4 days. And if this is an area that you want to spend more time thinking about and talking about and developing, do it. Like, join us, because this is what we're talking about. And it's not just your partnership with your romantic relationships. We're talking about your relationship with yourself, with your spirituality, with your family, with the world and your community. So they're all one. It's all related. So I'm going to drop a link to that group right now, and you can learn more about it. And we are also doing, I have a guest expert who will help you call in your soulmate. And she is really fun. Her name is Jeannie Fritsch, and she is, I don't remember what day she's doing. In fact, I think I have to look on my calendar. But so the day and time, thanks for asking, Wendy, the day and time, it's all month long. It's February, the month of February. Like the month of January, I did money in my group, right? And I did 2 trainings on money manifestation, like 2-hour-long trainings with like homework and activities and things like that. And then accountability calls. So when we get together as a group and we talk about like what came up when you did the work, what blocked you, what worked for you, what manifestations are you having that's working. So it's a group that we help each other and we support each other, and we put out our visions of what we're creating, what we're manifesting, what kind of, in this case, it would be what relationship our ideal is. So I'm giving you lots of work on how to identify and create and manifest the relationship that you really want. The relationship you want with your kids, with your family, with your business people, your work people. You get to decide all these different relationships and how they feel and the energy in which that you bring to them. So it's all month long, to answer your question. I don't know, I have to get, I'm working on the calendar today for all of February, so I will post that up there if you guys are interested. But I will also put a link to the group so you can join the group. And it's like, if you join before February 1st, that's in 4 days, you get to join for $49 a month for the rest of 2018. After February 1st, the price is totally going up. So you kind of want to get in now. And I'm also offering like incremental upgrades for one-on-one coaching that is still at a really incredibly great value for the one-on-one time with me, that we can work specifically on your relationship blocks and manifestations. So how dateable are you? Why don't you just learn new ways to be more dateable if you feel like you have been struggling, okay? Because I can tell you, from this happy single girl to all the single girls who want to be happy, all you have to do is shift a few things, change your energy, and be super duper dateable so that you are the one who gets to decide who you pick. Not so you sit there on the sidelines hoping to be picked. All right? Does that sound like fun? Like, give me some hearts, guys. How fun is that? Do you want to be dateable? And I'm going to post the link here. Check it out and sign up. Send me a message if you're confused and you want to know more information. Bye.